Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a Barrette scrunchie hair clip using the heat sealing tool. So this one is just a soldering iron, but you can use a wood burning tool, other similar things such as that. The thing is, before you start though, you want a glass cutting board, whether or not you use a craft one like this one with measurements, or whether or not you have a glass one from your kitchen, and you want metal tools such as metal roller. This is a weighted one, but there's also the standard versions, and metal clips, anything that you're using around it with the tool and joining with the tool. You want metal. And we've got these Barrette clips, and I'll just move this out of the way so I don't bash myself or harm myself on the heating part. And this is the tip that I have, which is the edged one. There's different versions. There's normally 3 or 4 different heads, which you can use this bit to screw on and off, and that has like the ceramic heating element underneath. Mine has a dial-up temperature, and it's also got an on-off switch on the main cable, which is good for me because it means I remember to turn it off properly. But it heats up really quickly and it cools down really quickly, and it's got this dial-up temperature. So for fabrics like this, which is like a velvety polyester, I use it the very hot one. Some of the other things such as satin, you can turn it down a touch, but I tend to keep it on that same, I believe it is 450 Celsius. But I'm in the UK, I can't remember which one we use because, like I said, we do so many different ones, different places. But mine is basically dialed up to the hottest. I'm just going to move these out of the way a little bit. And I have already pre-cut some of my, well, pre-sealed some of my fabric because I got this really pretty extra bits. And this is one left over when I was making knotted headbands. So I have already partially trimmed mine down to just under, or 27 in this cases, but like I said, for these, whatever the size of the clip is, so these are larger ones, which are just under, well, 4 inches, or 3 inches and a quarter, or about 9.5 centimeters. To measure the size of the fabric that you need, typically, if you do 3 times the value, so for this one it would be 27, so 3 times your original measurement. And for the wideness, for any size clips on the Barrette clips, I tend to do 7.5. So I'll show you how I cut. And for this bit, I use my weighted roller because it gives it a bit more pressure. And the main thing with this method is you want the pressure, especially on the next part, to get your seals. So I'm just going to make sure everything is all lined up. I'm just going to trim down this edge actually because this one's not completely in alignment. That one is, as you can see. That one's a little bit skewiff, so I'll show you how to neaten it up. For simple lines with your heat sealing, you can do this against your roller. You want to add a little bit of pressure, but mind your fingers on this part, because I do occasionally catch the very tips of mine when I'm not paying attention. And there you go. Get a nice clean line like this, and that has just made it all just a little bit neater. And I'm going to make 2 out of this one. So for the next step, I'm going to find 7.5 centimeters on my board. Make sure my ruler's lined up top and bottom, and my fabric's lined up as well, so it's against my very edge, so I'm not making it too big or too small. And you want to go straight down. There. Put your tool back in its thing. Move that one out of the line. I'm going to put that one over there for a minute. And then we're going to line it up again to make our second, because I'm going to make two together, just to show you how quick it is once you get into the sort of and sometimes with this type of fabric you do need to give it just like a little another nudge down. So put that out of the way, and we've got our 2 pieces. So these are 27 centimeters long, 7.5 centimeters wide. And then the first thing I do, and this is the reason I have these clips, is, I'll just get 2 more. And these are called hair curling clips. You want to fold about 1/2 centimetre down and then fold it in half like this. And what I do is just on one side while I'm doing the other is you just want to clip that for a minute. Then you turn the other end, and again, fabric folded pattern side down, fold the pattern up 1 centimetre down, or 1/2 centimetre, and fold it up. And then what you can do is, like I said, make sure it's all laid flat like this and that everything's layered. And then what you can do, place your ruler on top and line it up here. And what you want to do is you want it so that you've got it nice and even. So I use it like this and try and line everything up, and then take your tool, make sure you've got pressure on your weighted ruler. And this is the main reason why I chose this style, is because I can give it a bit more force. Make sure your fingers are out of the way of the heating element, so sort of angle it a little bit away from the ruler, which also helps you get the seal. And go all the way down through there, and you're basically creating a nice sealed tube. There's no gaps in this, and this is for the bit, it gives you a more professional finish in a minute. So I'm going to take that bit out of the way, and we're going to repeat it on this one. So with the pattern facing down, we're going to fold 1/2 centimetre down, we're going to fold it in half and line up the edges. We're going to do exactly the same thing this end, fold it down 1/2 centimetre, line it all up, lay it flat on our desk, like I said, on our glass cutting board. Don't forget that key point. Line it up. Like I said, you want to go about 1/2 centimetre in roughly, which is the extra 1/2 centimetre that we sort of did when we added the 7.5. And you want to go all the way down, and remember, put a bit of pressure on the ruler, and remember to sort of angle it a little bit against the there we go. Be careful of the heat element so you don't catch yourself or get any burns like I do, which happens occasionally because it is a very hot tool, especially at 450 Celsius. And you get these two tubes. Now I've got our Barrette clips, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these the right way up. So I start by going like that, and then this is the longest part of the whole process, is turning them the right way. But well, I'll show you in real time. Sorry, this is probably the most boring part of the whole tutorial, but I tend to make 4 or 5 at once and then to turn them all at once and then attach them all to the clip all at once, because like I said, when you're mass making things, you want to do bits step by step so that you've got time to make as many as you want to. Or like I say, if you're just doing the one for like a gift or a present for family, like as a hobby, then this is a really quick way of doing it, and it gives it like a really nice professional finish. Like I said, I just sort of turn that over a little bit to begin with, and then just keep sort of rolling it almost, if that makes sense. if you can see how I'm doing it. So you sort of just pull it down. I sort of use the join as a guide. You sort of pull from the join and then like pull it up, and you keep doing that until your tube's the right way up, basically. You can get turning tools, but whichever ones I tend to get, I tend to sort of break them or not quite master them, so I tend to do it this way. But there you go. So you've got your two nice tubes. You've got your nice top piece. It looks all nice. If it ever looks like that, you can just sort of tuck it down. This one's not completely rolled. There we go. That's better. And now we've got our two little tubes all turned the right way, and we've got our long 9 and a bit centimeters. And this is what your barrette clips look like. They open like this. But to make them, what you do is you pull that slightly open, and then you can take this piece out, and then you take the middle bit out like this, and you're left with this part of the kit. And we're going to repeat this the same way. Open the clip, gently pull that open, take this part out, bend this back a little bit, and then bend it out. And then you're left with the 3 parts of the tool, or with the clip, with this, with the tool facing against the join line, or the clip facing against the join line. I bring mine to the edge there, and with our little lip that we've made there, what I do is take one of these little clips and hold it in place, and then to create the scrunch, keeping the join centered, so it's all going to be hidden in a minute, you bring it all the way along until it sits behind that little bit there, and then we use that little lip again over the edge here, and then I just straighten it so the join's all in place. And then you take your clip that we've just taken out, and on this end, which is the bit the joins it all together, you want to take it underneath. So you see where you've got this clip bit, which is where it clips together, you want it to go under that, so it's completely under that. And then this side, you just want to push it so that it's, popped out this side. You just want to make sure it's all the way down. And then this is your clip side. You want to make sure that your curved bit is this way, so it's got that bit that clips in. And then you just pop that. Takes a second, but you can do it. You sort of pop it back in, and then your clip goes back together like that, so it opens and closes as normal. And then we're going to repeat this with this one. Bring it all the way through, put your little bit over that side where we've made our little lip, and then scrunch it all the way up behind our little bit there. There's my other clip. There we go. And we are going to take our clip, and again underneath our pinchers, so it's completely underneath there. Pull the fabric a little bit out of the way if you need to. Make sure that that's in nice and firmly that side. And then make sure your 2 points are just under there as well. And then on our side where we've got our little bit, make sure your curved bit's curved up again. And then just gently pop those both back in the holes that side. And then we can take our little clips off. And all you want is move your fabric a little bit out of the way. I've got my glue gun here. You want a little bit of glue there. Dab that over that side. Move it out of the way so you don't get any glue on your fabric. Little bit of glue. Use your little edge that you made. Pop that over. And then we're going to repeat on this one. Little bit of glue. And then the same this side. Little bit of glue. Use that lip of fabric. Wiggle that over. And there we go. You've got some cute little Scrunchie Barrette clips, which are really cute alternatives to like scrunchies. Like I said, it's completely no-sew, this one. And like I said, for the measurements, all you do is stick to 7.5 centimeters wide on most of the time. Like I said, you can do a little bit smaller on the smaller ones, and sort of 3 times the length of the clips to get a nice level of scrunchiness on the sizing. But I will put the measurements for this